Welcome back to Footballology. So today I want to talk about the number one overall pick, not the Cincinnati Bengals, but the number one overall pick, and the responsibilities and the stress that comes with that pick. When you're the GM that holds that pick or a team owner that owns that pick, you want to get it right. You don't want to miss, and you want to make sure you make the right decision for the franchise and for the team. And that's just what it comes down to. But there's multiple things you can do with it. You have multiple options and things that you can make sure that this what's best for the team. You could take a player, you could take a quarterback, a running back, defensive lineman, whatever you feel like is best for the team. But I think there's other things you can do with it too, and I feel like some teams kind of shy away from doing it because they feel like that hurts the team more than it helps the team. But in this video, I kind of want to take you guys to a reasoning why I feel like teams should start trading back and not almost taking a player or not always taking a player at that pick. So when it comes down to the number one overall pick, a lot of people have a lot of pressure on them, GMs, coaches. You can't miss on this pick. And also 9 times out of 10, a lot of people feel like you should always go quarterback at this pick because the quarterback is that most important position on the field. The quarterback is that guy that's going to help you win ball games. The quarterback is going to be the guy that's the difference maker, which we just recently seen in a Super Bowl. But not every quarterback is going to be like Patrick Mahomes. Not every quarterback is going to be like Andrew Luck. Not every quarterback is going to be a solidified number one overall pick. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes was the number one overall pick. Just saying that not every quarterback is going to be that big of an impact difference maker on your team like that. I mean, you even think about Jameis Winston went number one overall to Tampa Bay, and look what he's done. He's kind of just fluctuated throughout his career. This pick has that much responsibility. It has a lot of people's jobs tied to it when you think about it, when you really break it down. A lot of people's jobs are tied to this pick. If this pick is wrong, a lot of people get fired. If this pick is right, a lot of people get paid. It's so pressure impact that I feel like that if I'm not 100% sold on a person at that position, if it's not an Andrew Luck or a Sam Bradford, because I was really, really high on Sam Bradford when he came out, but he was just too injury prone, and that happened. But if it's not one of those guys, I'm not doing it. Even Saquon Barkley, I would put in that category. I'm not even doing it because I feel like, or Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack was another guy that I was high on that I feel like just should win a number one overall. So if it's not one of those guys that I feel like that is going to be a true franchise player, A, and be a true impact player on my roster, then I'm not going to do it. I'm going to trade back. I feel like trading back is the one thing that people don't ever talk about with a lot of teams. They feel like teams need to go straight ahead, get a quarterback right away, get a quarterback, get a quarterback, get a quarterback. And I don't agree with that always because just because the experts and everybody else around says go get a quarterback, does that mean you need to go get a quarterback? Why not go ahead and give yourself an opportunity to trade back, stay in the top 10. I'm not saying trade all the way down to like the 20s or the teens. Stay in the top 10 and trade back. And if there's somebody there that you love or you feel like there's a player that you can snatch up at that position, trade back, get that pick, and then you bring in so much more because teams that are coming up from 9, 8, 10, somewhere around there. Those teams that are coming up, they got to pay some good money to come up there. So you can get that. You get that pick. You can get next year's one. You can get this year's 3 or 2 or something. Like the value that pick holds to a lot of other teams, I think is more important than the value that it would hold to your roster unless you're completely 100% sold on somebody. Now, like I said, if Andrew Luck is sitting on the board, you taking Andrew Luck. Saquon Barkley sitting on the board, you taking Saquon Barkley. Peyton Manning on the board, you taking Peyton Manning. If there's a quarterback that's right there or a player that's right there at that pick that you feel there's going to make that big of an impact on your roster, then do that. Trade back or draft that player. But if there's nobody there, trade back because you have to. You got to build your roster. And I think a lot of teams or a lot of people take depth of roster to like they just basically write it off. Like they don't think it's important at all. They don't give it the credit that it's truly due because injuries are a part of the football game. Injuries are part of the whole entire game. That's going to happen. So if I have an opportunity to get at least 2 starters and then maybe push somebody back on the roster or give somebody else another opportunity, why not do that? Why not go get a guy on defense and get a guy on offense? Or like some cases you might get lucky and get, you trade back to the top 10 and the quarterback that you were actually high on, a lot of teams skipped over him or something like that and he fell to you. Or there's a tackle that you liked and team skipped over that guy and he fell to you there. Not only do you get your player, but you get picks in the process, and that's something that you just can't take. A lot of people don't put enough stock into, if you will. A lot of people don't actually give that the credit that it's due because now not only did I get my player that I want, I got more picks to get more players, and I saved some money and just all this other stuff that really is involved in having a number one overall pick. Like I said, that pick has the most stress and the most responsibility to it than any other pick, I think, in the first round or any other pick in the draft. And I mean, obviously it does. You just got the whole draft available to you. You got anybody you feel like you want. You can take anybody, but you got to be smart with the pick because if you don't, like I said, a lot of people will get fired. A lot of people will get paid. But it just, you never know. And that's the one thing about the NFL draft that I love. There's no for certainty. There's only like a lot of speculation and a lot of like, yeah, that guy's gonna be that good. But we never know how that player's gonna play, the heart of that character, or the character of that guy, or the heart of that guy. We don't know any of that stuff. We're just hoping that, he pans out to be an Andrew Luck, or he pans out to be like a Peyton Manning, have an 18-year career, and 2 Super Bowl trophies and all that good stuff, a couple of MVPs in his trophy case. Like, we hope for that stuff, but then sometimes we get a Ryan Leaf or Jamarcus Russell, and we just find ourselves in a really sticky situation that we just don't know what else to do with ourselves, and we're just like, damn, we missed on a guy. I personally feel like I said, if he's not 100% your guy, and he's not 100% for sure going to be that impact player, then don't do it. Trade back and get somebody else. That's just the way I look at it. So that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you guys will do with your number 1 overall pick. Regardless if you're the Bengals or any other team or if your respective team and they had the number 1 overall pick, what would you do with that number 1 overall pick? Would you trade back? Would you stay? Would you pick somebody? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this. And if you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel today. Become a footballologist. Stay safe, football fans.